Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden within company filings. And let me tell you, Getty Images has some interesting things to say about their future. So Getty Images is getting ready for their 2025 annual meeting of stockholders, and they've sent out their official proxy statement. This document tells us what they want shareholders to vote on and gives us a peek into the company's health and plans. Alright, first things first, they're looking to elect 3 directors to their board. This is pretty standard stuff, but it's always worth noting who's guiding the ship. The nominees are Craig Peters, Michael Harris, and Hilary Schneider. They're all currently on the board and are looking to continue their terms. Next up, they want to approve Ernst & Young LLP as their auditor for 2025. This is also pretty normal, basically saying, hey shareholders, we trust these guys to check our books. Now let's get into the meat of it. Getty Images, founded way back in 1995, wants to be the world's go-to for creative visuals. They're big on things like online sales, subscriptions, and they're even investing in generative AI, making sure it's safe for businesses. They're trying to be a leader in the visual content world. A pretty big piece of news here is their plan to merge with Shutterstock. This is a merger of equals deal. Getty Images plans to pay Shutterstock shareholders a mix of cash and Getty Images stock. The deal's value is based on 9.50 cents in cash and about 9.97 shares of Getty Images stock for each Shutterstock share. If this goes through, Getty Images shareholders will own about 54.7% of the new combined company, with Shutterstock shareholders owning the rest. However, this deal isn't a done deal yet. It's facing some regulatory scrutiny. They've had to refile with the HSR Act, and both the US Department of Justice and the UK's Competition and Markets Authority are looking into it. This process can take time and can sometimes lead to changes or even block the deal. Let's shift gears and look at how the top brass is being paid. For 2024, we see some pretty hefty numbers. Craig Peters, the CEO, had a total compensation of over $4.8 million in 2024. That's a bit lower than 2023 when he made over $12.9 million. A significant drop. This decrease seems to be mainly due to a large stock award in 2023. Nathaniel Gondert, the CTO, pulled in about $1.7 million in 2024, down from around $4.6 million the year before. Again, the difference is largely in the stock awards. And Gene Foker, the Chief Marketing and Revenue Officer, earned about $1.7 million in 2024, a drop from over $4 million in 2023. It looks like 2023 had some much bigger one-time equity payouts. The base salaries are pretty stable, around $887,000 for Peters, $545,000 for Gondert, and $522,000 for Fokker in 2022-4. The big swings are clearly coming from stock and option awards, which are meant to tie their pay to the company's long-term success. Looking at the outstanding equity awards as of the end of 2024, Peters had a significant number of options and restricted stock units, with a market value of those not yet vested at over $143,000 for his recent grants. Gondert and Fokker also have substantial option and RSU holdings. These grants vest over time, often tied to continued service and sometimes to company performance. For the non-employee directors who aren't executives, their compensation is also laid out. Tracy Knox, for example, received about $430,000 stock award. James Queller got $50,000 in cash, and Hilary Schneider received about $62,000. These awards and fees are meant to attract and keep experienced individuals on the board. Now, who actually owns the company? The Getty family stockholders are the largest group, holding about 46.1% of the shares. Coke Icon Investments comes in second with 19.5%, and Nbox holds 179%. Among the management, Mark Getty, the co-founder and chairman, has a significant stake with over 13.3 million shares. Crane Chu, a director, holds over 15.4 million shares. It's good to see management and major shareholders having a vested interest in the company's success, as it aligns their interests with ours. A small note here about reporting. It looks like most directors and officers filed their stock transaction reports on time in 2024. But Dane Weston, a senior vice president, had one late filing for selling shares to cover taxes on vested RSUs. This is usually a minor paperwork issue, but it's good to see the company acknowledges it. Getty Images has a policy for reviewing deals with related persons, basically anyone in leadership or with a significant ownership stake. This is to make sure that any transactions are fair and transparent. Under their related party transaction policy, any deal over $120,000 involving insiders needs to be approved by independent directors. This is a solid safeguard against self-dealing. There's a mention of Mikhail Cho, who leads Unsplash. His wife, Stephanie Livarani, who is also at Unsplash, was paid around $265,000 in salary and a bonus in 2024. Her brother-in-law, Christopher Livarani, also employed at Unsplash, earned about $26,000 in salary, plus commissions in 2024. This is a bit of a red flag. While it's mentioned that compensation was standard, it's always something to watch when family members are being paid substantial amounts by the company. For those looking ahead, if you want to propose something for the 2026 meeting, you'll need to get your proposals in by March 2026. And for director nominations, it's a window between May and June of 2026. So what's the bigger picture here? Getty Images is in a serious strategic play with the proposed Shutterstock merger. If it goes through, it could create a much larger, more dominant player in the visual content space. However, the regulatory hurdles are real and could delay or even derail the deal. The executive and director compensation seems high, particularly the large stock awards, but that's common in tech and media companies to align incentives. The fact that major shareholders like the Getty family and Koch Industries hold large stakes is a positive sign of continued support. The only minor concern is the employment of family members of executives, even though their pay is claimed to be standard. Overall, Getty Images is making bold moves to solidify its market position through consolidation, but it's a path fraught with regulatory challenges. Keep an eye on that Shutterstock deal. Alright, that's our breakdown of Getty Images' latest filing. What's your take on their strategy and the potential merger with Shutterstock? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our future deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more insights and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.